Okay, so is it love or is it emotional dependency? On today's podcast, Sissy and I, we're going to talk about some of the ways to tell if you are emotionally dependent or is it true love you're experiencing.
That's right.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Hey, Blissful friends, welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of the Blissology podcast. I am your host, Cece, and I'm joined by my hubby.
Hey, everybody, this is Will, and welcome back. It's always a pleasure to have you back with us.
Always a pleasure.
If this is your first time with us, please remember to subscribe and hit on the notification bell so you can be notified when we put out these videos. Now, this is a weekly podcast, and in this podcast, we talk about
love, life, family, relationships, mostly relationships. You know, we talk about a lot of love stuff here. So welcome back. As you guys know, before we get into the topic of the day, we like to go into our blissful moment. I'll start. My blissful moment was the kids went back to school. And last week here in Florida, the kids went back to school last Wednesday. So, I mean, I thought I was going to be very, very emotional. Like I told you guys before on my previous podcast that it was going to be hard for me. But I got emotional. I had a little tears come out, but I didn't really burst out crying, right? It wasn't like, oh, I miss the girl. Although I did miss the girls. You know, but I wasn't sobbing. I see on our previous podcast where I was crying like crazy when they were back to school 2021. But this time I was like, okay, I'll be okay. I'm gonna be okay. Good thing he was home until I think he went to work around 10 o'clock. So I had him around that time to really get myself together, check on me. My mom called me. My dad was like, it's all right. I know you home by yourself now. The kids went back to school. It's okay. But here's my thing though. I truly feel like because the summer flew by so quick, it didn't feel like, it felt like they were on a short break and then they were back right away. It didn't feel like a summer break because the summer went by whoosh, okay. I truly feel like that's the main reason why I wasn't as emotional as I was 2020 because 2021, because remember COVID, right? COVID happened, they were home virtual and all that. So they stayed with me for a whole school year. Then boom, go back virtual in person. So I was emotional, but this time I think it's because summer went by so quick, so fast, and I'm like, wait, they'll be back soon. And I was like, fine. And the other blissful moment that I have is that we have two birds back there. Our neighbor's house have a little area. What do you call it?
I don't know. It's just window.
Window something. Well, we don't have it in our window.
Well, they have hurricane shutters, and
that's what it is.
They have those accordion shutters, and right in the middle section where they would close them up and lock it up, there's a little bit of a ledge. Right. So a bird built its nest. Well,
for a while.
They built their nest there because I think there's a mom and a dad, right?
For a
male
long
and the female.
Yes. And mind you, this is not the first time this happened.
A baby or something?
This is not the first bird. This is the third one.
Well, they come every season. For the last 4 years, I think they've been coming right on the summertime. They lay their eggs, they hatch, and then they fly where you don't see them, and then come May leading into June, they come back,
July,
and then by September they're gone.
Yeah, listen, I'm like, what's happening here?
What happened?
Well, here's what happened. Yes, she did, but one of the babies flew. I'm gone. For the first time, she's like, I'm out. I'm gone.
You see the thing people are monitoring at the house? They're watching birds.
I do. Earlier, I called the girl. I was like, girls, the other one is not there anymore. He's gone. Or she's gone. But the other one is still trying to fly off. It's like, Ma, I still need you. We were watching her earlier this morning. The mother came back after a day later. That's not how you raise a child. You gotta be here and feed your kids. The mother came back, you know, a night later or whatever. She was gone the whole day. And I was like, all right, Auntie Cece's gonna watch you. And then Uncle Will's gonna keep an eye.
I don't care about those birds. I don't.
And the girls was like, all right, cousin Bree and Issa's gonna make sure you're good, you're safe. Cause mama laughed, and I'm like, all right, so here's the thing. So we're gonna keep an eye on her, and the baby bird, we kept an eye on her. And then, you know, when the mom came back, and she was like, I need food, trying to like eat the food from the mom's mouth. But here's the thing though. I think after a certain amount of time, the mom don't bring food anymore. Now, this bird needs to fly away and get food on her own. But it's sad to see that as a mother. I was like, oh, this is breaking my heart.
We make our kids soft. See that bird, that little bird? She or he, whatever sex.
I think it's a she. She's very
She's going to fly out of that nest. She's going to go find her own food, and she'll be able to survive on her own. She doesn't need to be babied. Like sometimes we baby our kids for way too long, and when they get in the real world, they can't function.
Here's the thing. According to Alexa, which we asked her earlier, birds supposed to be like pushed after 21 days. Okay, so bird
after 21 days, so they're supposed to be on their own.
They're supposed to be on their own after 21 days.
And so this
bird has been here for over 21 days, and the mom is like, all right, what's happening here? We have a lazy one. I want to fly. I want to go. I thought it was very interesting. You know, as a mother, I felt that I was like, wow, this is very interesting to watch. This is not the first bird, but I felt like I just wanted to share this with you guys. So yeah, Auntie Cece's been keeping an eye on baby bird Charlie. So we name him too.
I don't have time to watch birds.
We name them, we record them. It's just so cute. It's so cute. It's just amazing, you know, how powerful God is, you know, for the bird to know how to take care of their baby, like how to feed them, because they don't have someone that's telling them like, this is what you should be doing, right? I'm just saying.
I think God's power is more like in us. What the bird did is very simple. Look at what we do. Don't overlook us. Anyway, I don't have time to watch birds. Good luck to that baby bird. Hopefully she manages to get herself out of that nest and survive in this world.
She doesn't want to. It's too bad out there. It's too harsh. People are too harsh.
We have some snakes around.
So now let's get into the topic. Did you have anyone, baby? Did you have any blissful moments?
You have enough blissful moments.
Oh, wow.
So the topic of the day.
Wait. How did you feel about the school? The kids went back to school.
The kids went back to school. Now they're learning.
Oh, okay.
That's it. I have to cry.
Okay.
Yeah, they went back to school. So, topic of the day.
Dads, right?
Is it love or is it emotional dependency?
Let's talk. So, how do we define emotional dependency? Here's the thing. Emotional dependency is when a person believes that they need the other person to survive, to be happy, or to feel complete. In my definition, in Google. And I truly feel like love, on the other hand, is like, can be easily confused when...
Oh, I'm no expert in this area.
Listen, I feel like love can be easily confused with emotional dependency, right?
Yes, I think you know, there's
here's the reason too, because they both usually come with intense feelings around another person.
So am I emotionally
my
dependent,
2 cents,
or am I in love?
I don't know.
Well, I do feel like, hey, listen, I want my woman to be around, and I want my woman to make me feel good.
Same here. So I guess we are.
I think sometimes they could overlap, maybe.
Yes.
Because I mean, I do feel like I want you around.
But do you feel like you want me around all the time?
No, sometimes I want you to leave me alone.
Same here.
And yes, I mean, if I'm emotionally dependent on you, then I'm that most likely mean I gotta have you. I mean, if you're away from me, then I'm missing something.
I can't eat, can't drink. But there's people out there who are like that, though. There's people out there.
So they're emotionally dependent because without this person, you can't function. So yes,
Right.
in that case, you are I can function without you.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I can go days without you.
Yeah, same here.
I can go years without you.
I mean, I went through a whole week without you, and I was fine.
So I guess I'm not emotionally dependent, but yes, the two. I mean, some traits.
I mean, although I did miss you, but you miss the person.
Well, yes. I mean, missing the person, I don't think it means that you're emotionally dependent. It just means you love this person and you want to see them.
Right.
I mean, I'm not going to go into like complete chaos just because you're not around where I can't function at all. And I think that's what, if we're emotionally dependent on someone, that person's away, it's
You're
a big deal.
Where's my life now? Or
you're constantly checking just to make sure because you feel like if I'm away, I may be taken.
True.
You used to check on me.
I used to check just to make sure you're okay. Okay, that's all. Just to make sure you're okay. And here's the thing too. It's trust issues too. If I can't trust that you said you are going to be out of town for work, I should be able to trust you that you are where you said you were going to be.
Yeah. So I guess we're not emotionally dependent on each other. We just love each other.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes I do feel like I'm emotionally dependent. You know, I'm like, okay, where's my man? Where is he at?
And listen, there is this whole term of in love where you obviously you need this person who makes you feel complete.
Right.
But also, I think this should be the term that you're in need. And I think that's where that emotional dependency may come in.
And I think there's a lot of women out there who confuse these two. Like, their need.
Am I in love or am I in need?
Right. Because if they don't know there's like emotional dependency, if they don't know it, they're going to feel like, okay,
So if someone's constantly looking for approval from another person, or they feel like, you know, they got to always have that partner's support, does that mean they're emotionally dependent or?
Yeah. Because I should be able to make a decision on my own. We should be able to talk. Like, of course, when you married someone, it's different because we talk about things. We rely on each other, right? We rely on each other's opinion. And there's a lot of things that I'm like, okay, before I make this huge purchase, I need to talk and have this, you know,
which that's
support.
That's the responsible thing to do. Because that money could have been gone somewhere else. You don't just want to go and blow it on this big purchase.
Just in case, you know, we're just making sure. But there's a lot of women out there too who have money where they feel like they don't need to.
How about those people are like constantly craving attention?
Yes. Those are like, they're in need. They're in need. My thing is, when it comes to me, I don't crave attention from outsiders. I crave it from you because when I get my attention from my husband, it makes me feel like, okay, I'm seeing by him. I'm being appreciated. I'm being like, okay, I see you.
But if I don't see you one day, you're not going to go into chaos.
I mean, of course not. I'm going to let you know. I will let you know.
But, you know, emotional dependency in some way can look like love. But how do you tell the difference?
Right.
Because for me, I mean, as you went over these things, I'm like, do I need my wife? Yeah, I do need her. It's sometimes when she's away that I want to hear from her. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
My wife is constantly craving attention. If I go somewhere.
From you.
If we go somewhere. If we go somewhere and I happen to be giving attention to other things.
Other people.
She'll have issues. See, me on the other end, if we go somewhere and she's doing thing and hanging out attention, I'm cool. I'm just there relaxing.
What? Here's the thing. Sometimes we just want to make sure that we check in with each other.
Yeah, she does do that. She'll check in.
Well, yeah.
She's doing her thing and I'm just there relaxing.
Listen,
she come and check. Are you okay?
Yeah, I check in. But he don't do that. Fine. You don't do that. You don't check in. Which is wrong. I've
learned. I don't go places and give attention to all other people around. No, I just stay by her because I know if I go, and when I get into conversation with other people, I can really get into it.
Dive right in.
And I will forget that.
Non-stop.
But how do you tell the difference between emotional dependency and love?
Right.
So there need to be a distinction. I think there should be.
Yes.
So what are some of the things that...
Are you happy when you are together?
I'm happy when I'm together with my wife.
Yeah. Some of these questions, you really need to sit back and look at, these questions when you are with your partner, whether if you're dating or married or whatever, thinking about dating someone. Right.
So if the time that I spend with you, I'm happy, I feel good.
Yeah.
And you make me hold your hands.
Mm-hmm. I make you hold. So I gotta make you.
We talk about business and future stuff. Is that love? I think so, because we do that all the time. If that's not love, then we have problems.
Yes.
How about if we're together, we're constantly arguing?
Now you
but we want to be together, but when you're together, we get into it.
We need picking about things. Yeah. We're just like.
Although I can't stand you, but I still want you around.
Oh no, sir.
So
I'll be like, no, that's not love. That's like.
I just have to have people.
It's that I just need to have you, but I don't really love you in a way, right?
Well, good thing we're not like this.
Good thing I talk a lot about future projects.
But yeah, so I guess it comes down to if you're with this person, you're really talking about building. You're looking at the future. You're looking at how do we go from here. And obviously, you don't have any. You feel great being with this person, right, and you want to hang around. That's love. But if you're with this person, yes, you like to keep this person around, but it's sometimes a constant battle, but you still want to hang on. It's like a forced relationship. Then that's emotional dependency.
Then what's the point of being with someone if you're like forcing it to be in there? What's the point of being with someone if you're like, okay, we can't have a good time without starting an argument? Like, we can agree to disagree, but doesn't mean that if we
gotta fight all the time.
Right.
And sometimes you can't stand the person, but you got to have him around. Oh, you can't stand, not him. Why am I saying him? It could be a her too.
Or it's most of the time it's a him. Most of the time it's the dude. It's the dude most of the times. But I'm just saying, yes. So if we are constantly
arguing
about something where we can't really have a good time, sometimes you could be going out with this person, you all dressed and good, looking forward to the night, and then here, boom, something happened. You don't like how he did certain things.
No, I don't think.
And you start acting up.
I don't think you're saying just arguing means you're emotionally dependent. It's that consistency where you're constantly arguing, but you're still forcing to be in. Because normal people like us.
Are we normal, really?
We argue. We're not constantly arguing, but we disagree and stuff, and we have our arguments. Sometimes someone gets upset and
like I was 2 nights ago.
So we've agreed on that time together thing. So what's some other thing that someone like me should be looking at for?
Well, someone like me, okay, the second question, I feel like for me, it's like, am I happy with my me time?
Oh, that I can tell you. She's happy with her me time.
I am.
She has a lot of it.
No, let's, what do you mean I have a lot of it?
The weekends, she does me time.
It's not true.
It's not a lie. She does me time. True. She relaxes and I let her be.
I don't know about, I don't think so. I think on the weekend is when I'm trying to put my brain together, trying to figure out content for that
That's your me time. You don't have me on you.
You're right. I don't, but I'm like frustrating and trying to figure things out. I'm not laid back, relaxing or laying down or sleeping. I always have my laptop with me. And I think the only time is Sunday. I try not to hold on to my laptop.
But I think what we're saying is that you're okay by yourself. You're okay handling things. You don't have to have me constantly like sitting next to you for you to be normal. So yes, you can go throughout the whole day just handling your own thing.
What about you?
Me, I'm good. I can have my me time.
Do you feel like you need to have me around constantly all the time?
No. Sometimes she feels like, geez, he's been gone for a while. Maybe let me go check on him.
Well, yeah, I gotta make sure you're okay.
and we're good with our me time. And this is kind of where we have to be good with ourselves. Mm-hmm. If I'm out, or sometimes I'm even in the house, I'm doing my own thing. It's okay, because sometimes we have to be away from each other. Let her breathe and let me breathe. Or let me do something for me.
Yes. Let's have this me time.
How would emotionally dependent people be?
Well,
they'll be right on your back.
They'll be like, "Where you at? What are you doing? Where you at? You say we're gonna be here 2 minutes ago. Where are you?"
I've heard there's people that If you're not around, then maybe you go to the gym. They're worrying that you're probably gonna see someone there and hook up. Now that's like crazy jealous, but I don't think that's coming from a place of love. I think that's coming from a place of insecurity, but also trust. Some kind of dependency. And now that you've shared that with me, I think it's emotional dependency because they're afraid that you're gonna be taken away.
Right. Ain't nobody taking this man away from me. Same thing here.
I haven't tried going to the gym in a very long while.
You can go. Bye.
You people are my witness. She said, I can't go to the gym.
You can't go to the gym. Here's the thing. When you trust your partner, whether you're married or you are in a relationship, when you trust this person, they can go a mile away from you because you trust them. They can go to the club if they want to, which I don't.
They can go live in another state.
I don't know about that. If it's like a long distance relationship, no, that's different.
Yeah.
But
I've known couples that one work in a different state. They would go out on the Monday, they fly out, they spend a week.
Oh, I know friends that have
back.
Yeah.
And it's okay.
Right.
Now, if that spouse was emotionally dependent, they'll have a hard time being alone, and they'll keep thinking that, okay, what's he doing?
He's with someone.
Is he with someone? Is
it's
someone
like I called him a couple of times, he didn't pick up. So now you start having this imaginary stuff. You start imagining that your spouse is with a different person, with someone else.
Or they're never coming back.
Or, oh my God, what's going on? You can't go to sleep. You got to hear the voice before you go to sleep. No, insecurity, like
those
this
are
is
signs
like,
of emotional dependency.
Yeah.
Well,
listen,
I'm not like
my
that.
husband was when was it? A couple years ago. And I won't stay home by myself. I pick up and go to my mom's.
Yeah, she got afraid of staying in the
It's
house.
not afraid. I feel like it's a lot easier for me to go to my mom's whenever you go on those trips.
She feels like it's a lot safer for her to
It's
go
not
to
safer. We live in a gated community, thank God.
Anyone
but
can
what
get
I'm
to the
saying
gate.
is, okay, baby, really? What I'm saying is, whenever he goes on those trip, like business trip, I'm okay. I'm not like checking on him. I'm just like, I'll text him in the morning. Hey, how you doing? Are you getting ready to go to the meeting or whatever?
Yeah, the normal things
and
we
then
do
he'll
when I'm
text
around.
me when you come back to the hotel, which is fine. But it's not like I'm like thinking in the back of my mind, like, okay, maybe he sees a manager over there or he's trying to hook up with somebody else. It's like, those are like trust problem. Like, I mean, I trust the person I'm with. That's it.
She trusts me. She does.
I do. But some people listen, there's a lot of girls out there who put like those
put an Apple AirTag.
Tracker of
I gotta
their
check my bag, make sure
spouse's
there's
phone.
no AirTags on my bag.
AirTag. They would track it on a car, just making sure that, hey, you said you were going to be somewhere like 5 minutes away from home, but you're like 100 miles away. Where are you? What's going on? No. Now, if you say you're going to be there and happen to see that you're somewhere else, now we're going to have a problem.
And listen, people have different reasons not to trust their partners. So I'm in no way saying that, because I don't know what happened. Because some people sometimes screw up so badly that you can never be
trusted again.
At that point, just leave that person. Then
that's it.
If you're not emotionally dependent on them, just leave that person or her and get someone else that you can feel safe around, or you can trust.
You can trust.
So what else? So now we know that the me time is important, being able to be on your own and not worry about the other person's going to leave. What else can we do? Or can we look for?
I truly feel like idea of breaking up with that person, you're like, man.
Well, breakup, I don't think will ever be something that anyone who's in a relationship look forward to.
But sometimes it could be in the back of your head, like, you know.
Here's what I'll say. I mean, hey, listen, if you love someone, like, I wouldn't want my wife to leave. However, if we're going through a patch where it'll be beneficial for both of us. But if we're going through, like, you know, we've done everything we could as a couple, trying to make it work, but we're just incompatible. I'm okay with, hey, I know that we have tried. It's just we are too different. It's okay for us to part ways.
Right.
However, if we're like, we know we're different,
but yet
I just can't imagine ever being without this person. Although I know that we just can't live together, then that's emotional dependency. You need to be able to let go when you know that things are not what they should be.
Right.
You know, yes, I love you, but if me being with you is a headache for both you and myself, it's okay for me to say, you know what? we've given it all that we could, and we've gotten to the point where it's just not working. That doesn't mean we have to become enemies, but we should be able to part ways and go on to the next thing.
Yeah, I agree. But there's some people.
I'm willing to stick it to the end. I'll fight with you.
There's some crazy people out there. Once they like in love with you, and you, the man or the woman, whatever, you like, all right, this is not working. I'm not into you anymore, or I'm not into you. We need to see other people, whatever. Oh my God, this is like
the end of the world.
The end of the world. And they're Armageddon. Like, if I can't have you, no one else. There's people.
Now, some people does that because they just feel betrayed. They feel that, you know, you're letting them down. But some other people, because they're so dependent on you, they need that companionship, and they can't see their lives without that person there. But it's not because they love; it's because they are so dependent on you.
Right. Well, they are, and they don't really see the breaking up. Like, us breaking up is just something that
can't imagine.
Just can't happen. Yes. So listen, just be careful. Sometimes you could find yourself in a relationship where you're like, all right, I need to be careful. I need to get myself out of here before something else happens.
Yeah. And you should be okay with that. If you find that you have, you know for a fact that things are not working out, but you still can't
speak up.
Speak up or allow yourself to split apart, then you could be emotionally dependent on this person. Now, is it normal that you get to someone and you get with someone rather, and you find that you're having to give up so many things? So all of those dreams you've had to put them on the side. Now, could those be looked at as sacrifices you make because of love, or is it because maybe you become so emotionally dependent on this person, you're just willing to give up everything just so you can keep that companionship? How do you kind of look into this?
That's a very,
because I know some of us make sacrifices for our partners. There's dreams that we've consolidated, or we've shrunk down just so we make sure that we can fulfill the relationship needs.
That's love.
Okay, so a smaller world or smaller views when you get in a relationship is love, or well, here's the thing. Sometimes, like for instance, some of us may be dreamers. We're dreaming of doing big things, and you find out you get with someone, all these big things you were dreaming about doing, they start becoming tiny things.
That's not love.
And before you know it, they become non-existent because the other person's, dreams takes over. Or you give all that you had just so you can be in this person's presence.
Yeah.
Like you forget who you are.
I don't.
Sort of. You just give up you. Is that love?
Nah. I don't know.
I mean, in love, I think we should both be able to exist.
I don't think.
I think that because believe me, there's certain things that I want to do, whether I was with you or not with you, I still want to do them.
Yeah, I truly feel like, we should be able to support each other. Like once you support my dream to get me to wherever I need to be because I have big dreams, then once I'm there, because you sacrifice yours for the time being, and then once I'm there, then we work together to make your dream. But I truly feel like if it's where it's going to be.
So it's probably like the reason why, more like the reason behind putting those dreams to the side or changing them. If I'm changing them just so I can be in your companionship, then that's no good. But if I'm changing them just so I can support you to get yours and then not pick mine up, then that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's not that your world gets smaller. It's just that you kind of shift the focus just so you can support your partner.
Absolutely. Yeah. Your partner.
Okay.
What are you thinking?
Good thing I didn't give up my dreams.
What are you thinking?
I've been supporting Cece the best I could on her thing, and she's been supporting me. And in some cases, we've kind of set this aside and said, okay, right now we're not focusing on this. Let's focus on this. We've done that, and we've shifted things around a few times just to make sure that we can be there to support each other. So I guess we're still not emotionally dependent on each other. I think I still love you.
Yeah, but if it's become smaller, then it's
my world has not gotten smaller.
If it's smaller, then it's definitely emotional dependency. Like I'm like, okay.
So if you allow your world to become much smaller when you get with your partner, then yes, that could be a sign of emotional dependency, because you're literally giving up you just so you can be in that person's presence. Yeah. Now, again, we all know how much we want to put on our relationship. So some sacrifices that one person make may be bigger than the other, but you still have to make sure that you maintain your individuality. Yeah. Are you still a person? Are you still good with yourself? And I still think, are there still things you want to do? Or is everything revolve around that partner? Yeah. And if it does, you could be emotionally dependent on that person.
Listen, it's just...
So now that...
a lot.
So now that you've kind of enlightened me on some of these things.
You're welcome, sir.
Yeah, listen, I learn something every day. So...
You're learning with the audience.
Say, if I were in a relationship and I realize... okay, these things are happening, and geez, what do I do?
You just need to take time to examine yourself, right? How do you do that? Go to the doctor? No. I mean, to be honest, you gotta like really look at your past and your present relationship. I mean, you're not comparing them. I mean, I don't think you should, right? You're looking at the behaviors.
I mean, in some way, it could be some comparison, but obviously, you're taking notes of how you.
Of course.
Well, I don't have a whole lot of relationship to look back, but you know, and obviously, you say if I were to look at some past relationship I have now, I look at the behaviors, and I can make some reference to these things we've discussed to see are some of those pointing towards those, and if they are, what do I do?
You just examine yourself. You just ask yourself those questions like, are you...
So the first thing is to look at yourself. See what you're doing.
Yes.
What you're doing. And...
because sometimes you'll be like, is it me or is it him? You know, you got to be honest with yourself. One thing I'm learning so much for the past couple months is that you got to be honest with yourself. Like, is it me like that's hurting this, you know, love or whatever it is? This relationship, or is it him? That's what I'm saying. Like, the first thing you need to do is really look at yourself, examine yourself, and see if it's you the problem. Yeah. Right?
And say, for instance, I examine myself and I realize that, geez, I need this person to make me happy. So I can start looking for ways to create my own happiness.
Well, yes. So what
second
thing you need to do.
Buy me a gaming console and play my own game. That will help me do two things at a time.
Okay.
Not only I bring happiness to me because I'm playing, I'm happy, but I can spend time on my own and not have to worry about this person not around.
I don't know about that. Well, yeah, if that's what makes you happy, then yes, because you are creating your own happiness. You're doing things that you love, and yes, playing video games. I don't know if that's the way about it, but
some people get happy. Whatever you do. I mean, look for things that makes you happy. You know, but create your own. Don't count on this person to be the one.
Stop asking for permission. Like, just create your own.
So when you go buy that video game console, just buy it. Don't ask, honey, should I get that? Should.
No, you shouldn't. Whatever makes you happy.
Just do it. But take initiative and do things that pleases you. Now, you don't go into crazy stuff. There are things, if you're married, there's things that you may go and do that may cause your marriage. So,
yeah.
So, but start looking for ways to create your own happiness. And if you can make it be internal, not you getting things to make you happy, but you start looking at how you see yourself, how you treat yourself, maybe how you groom yourself. Do these things. Let's start with the internal stuff. What is it in me that makes me happy? Mm-hmm. And then you can go buy other stuff. But start creating your own happiness.
Right.
So if I were me and I was having issues and I realized that I counted on you to be happy, yes. I clean up. I dress better.
Okay.
You know, I get in the mirror every morning and tell myself how handsome I look.
You'd be like Mary J. Blige, good morning, gorgeous.
But whatever you do to keep yourself happy and make yourself happy, I think you should do it. Because that will at least allow you to get a dose of happiness from you. And if that person happens not to give it to you, you're still good.
Yes.
And that time alone.
And carve out time alone. Your alone time matter. Like me, it matters to me. Like, listen, I'm with the family 24/7. I'm with the girls 24/7.
No, you're not. You get some time alone.
I'm with the girls 24/7. When they were like during the summer, I was 24/7.
She was.
Okay. So I make sure I dedicate some time alone on the weekend, on Sundays, because I know Saturdays are my content day. I got to make sure I put some time aside for that, where I sit down and I do some self-awareness, self-evaluations, where I look at myself and I'm like, listen, this is so important, where you need to like look at yourself. Like I told you before, for the past 2 months, my husband doesn't know this, but I have been looking at myself and say, Cece, are you the problem? Are you doing this? I've been like looking at myself where I need to do things different. I need to meditate. I need to do what I need to do, which is what you get some time alone. And I told him to do the same thing, but I think my husband wants to just play video games when he's alone.
My time alone is different. Like I'm a project nut. And when I'm working on my project, that's my time alone.
He's a handyman.
I go at it. I don't think of anything else but my thing. See, it's me and my tools. And I'm good with it. I stay up all night if need be. And however you spend your time alone, just allow it to be some time that's for you and you do whatever you want. Sure. If you work on projects like me, yes, get in that project and do it, because you'll find that allows you to get disconnected, but that allows you to ground yourself. And who wants to hang out with another person 24/7?
Not us.
And listen, I love my wife.
I love my husband.
I understand that it's okay for her to have her own time, even if it's in the house. If I see that she gets on the couch, she pull out her computer,
a laptop,
I'm away. I'm like, she's in that moment, I'm good. Now if we're watching a movie, I'll just sit down. But if I see that she gets up, and the weekends, and I know during the week she does a whole lot of stuff. So yeah, she gets on it. I'm good. Just do your thing. She won't even hear from me.
And sometimes I'm like, where are you? Where are you at? Where are you, sir? Yeah. So that's important.
Take the time alone. It's important. And whatever you do, just do it.
Get in the car, drive around if you have to. Sometimes I do that.
Gas is expensive. Don't do
I go around the neighborhood. I go for a walk if I have to. Sometimes when he's home with the girls, I'm like, babe, I'm going to go for a walk. Yeah. Sometimes I need it. I need to just go sit by the lake. Yeah. And we have a lake right behind our house. I just go over there and sit there and just meditate and have my time by myself, which is important.
I would sit there try to not think of anything. I guess that's meditation.
Yeah. And time alone doesn't mean you need to have your phone and be on social media too. Listen, time alone doesn't mean...
Or you could do that.
No, that's not time alone. Or you could do that. That's what he does. But that's why I brought it up. It's not like, okay, let me scroll up and see who's doing what. It's just time for you to like reflect.
Yeah, but in the sense of emotional dependency, the key is to be able to be on your own with whatever you're doing and not have to consistently be dependent on this person.
Yeah.
So yes, whatever you do away from this person,
whatever you do, just do it. And I want to say this is something that I want to make sure that I do. I know my husband is trying. He's trying. My daughters do that. They used to, but we're going to come back and do it again. Affirmation. Affirmation is so important because something I wouldn't learn in college, something that I started learning during this entrepreneur life, because we are alone in a way. We only have us and the clients to talk to. We don't have an office to go to and you have people to talk to. When I used to go to the building, it was fun.
Gossips.
Yeah, gossip is good. And sometimes you be like, okay, it's 5:00 and I didn't do much. But affirmation is so important. Like I do that. Not faithfully, I used to, but I'm going to bring it back again, where I would say some words of very powerful words towards me. And my husband used to do that. Y'all know when I start doing something, I get the whole family involved, which is important because you are letting yourself know, you're talking to yourself that you are powerful. My daughter has on what she says she's strong. Like, you are strong. Like, I'm capable of doing whatever I put my mind into. I says a few Bible verses, you know, Philippians 4:13. Y'all go search it and see what it says. Jeremiah 29 verse 11. Bible verses are so important because they are very powerful. So that is so important when you are doing your affirmation. You meditate and you play those, you know, it just gets you in the mood. It gets you ready for the day.
Well, hearing something positive coming from you to you, it's important. Now, I don't do it as much.
You be falling asleep.
But if I'm facing something challenging, it helps me get over stuff. Believe me, I've tackled some challenging stuff, and when it comes in, I'm like, yeah, I can do this. I got this. I got you. I'm in charge. I control you.
That's right.
And I do a few curse. I say a few curse words. I do notice
that a lot when you were working on the project in the house. You would speak to you. Yeah, you would. You've done this before. You would start yelling. Yeah,
you think that? Yeah, I say a few curse words just to make sure that
I'm like, hey, the kids all around. Like, babe, the girls are right here.
Yeah, you know, and we all have to do this. Now, I do it when I run into challenging stuff, but when you're in a relationship and you realize that you're counting on someone else to provide everything for you to feel better, sometimes you have to do these things to make yourself feel better.
Yes, that's right.
Now, I haven't had to do this for our relationship. I think we're good.
Yeah.
But if I get to the point where I have to, you know, do some self-talk to me to pump me up, yes, I'll do that.
Like, Will, why don't you get your body together?
Yes. Actually, I don't do that for exercise. Yes. Actually, when I used to exercise, sometimes I would get to the last couple of reps.
I can do this.
And my arms are saying,
I can do this.
I scream. And I say I can do it. And I get it up. And yes, it takes a few seconds. I bring it down. And then I go... You're not supposed to hold your breath, so don't do that. But I take a deep breath in first.
I remember.
And then you push it. And you find what you find that when it comes to exercising, and not for anything else, when you put that dose of affirmation in yourself, it gives you a little bit of a boost. If it's something heavy you're pushing, you tell yourself that you can get it a few times and you make a few noises.
That's right.
And the same thing goes for a relationship. If you need to feel good about yourself and need to reaffirm yourself that you're good and you're valuable in this relationship, you contribute to this relationship, you're enough, you can perform long.
Yes.
And even if it's not long, the little short time is...
Oh my God. The quickie is okay.
The quickie is still good. Whatever you do to make you feel good and make you feel, you know what, I'm in it and I'm good with it. Just do it.
Just do it.
And at the end of the day, you'll find that you feel better.
You feel better.
And you won't be so emotionally dependent on this person.
Right. Women, ladies, you know, we don't need them.
For certain things.
We do need them.
There we go. So, guys, this is a podcast on is it love or emotional dependency? Let me see. Hey, I'm hoping that we're shedding off with you guys on some of the things to look for. Obviously, this is not a subject that I had been exposed to. Emotional dependency. Yeah, I've heard the term, but have I ever talked about it or looked into it? Maybe not. But I know a lot of the things that may seem emotional dependence could be love. Mm-hmm. So don't go out and tell your spouse, okay, I noticed that you've been doing this. I don't think you love me. You're just emotionally dependent on me. No, don't do that. And listen, every relationship is different. Evaluate where you are.
Yes.
Again, these things, they do overlap.
They do.
Listen, I think there's some time that I'm emotionally dependent on CC to take care of certain stuff.
Yeah, you are.
Do certain things for me, and the same thing goes for her. But we know we love each other because we do a lot of things that fall in the love category. That doesn't mean we don't argue, and there are some time that CC does things that
I'm still trying to get over you.
Just piss me off sometimes. That happens. That's all part of loving someone. So thank you for listening to our podcast today. If this is your first time with us, please remember to subscribe and hit on that notification bell so you can be notified when we put out new videos. And like Sissy would say, she likes it when you like it. She likes it when you comment on it. She likes it when you share it. She likes it when you subscribe to it. Yes. So do that so she can like it.
I sure do.
So and don't forget to check us on the audio channel, Spotify, SoundCloud, TuneIn Radio, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio. I didn't miss any this time.
You didn't miss any, but I just want to say, listen, I will respond to the comments. I know I've got a few. I have been busy. I'm sorry. I know y'all been, those comments, I got to go back, way back and read them and respond to y'all. I thank you guys so much for your comments. It really helps. It boosts our page, our platform to more viewers, right? So we appreciate you. And trust me, I'm going to respond. Just give me some time.
I'm going to make sure she does respond. Well, I should respond as well. So.
You should, because sometimes I be talking to you, not me. I'm just saying, you know
everybody,
who you are.
We appreciate you. You know we appreciate you. And keep supporting the channel.
And keep watching.
Keep watching.
Keep commenting.
And we'll see you next Saturday.